And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my movie review for the brand new Tim Burton live adaptation of Dumbo. Now, Dumbo obviously is the live adaptation from the original 41, 42 animated version. Now, Dumbo, if you know the story about the magical elephant who has big ears, but yeah, he uses his ears to fly. And growing up, I seen the movie as a kid. Love it. It's a great movie. Very sad, very emotional, very inspiring movie, I guess. It just basically kind of has like a true meaning towards like, hey, listen, you're born different. Who cares? Be you, and you'll be fine. That's what Dumbo was. The way I saw it as, Dumbo was kind of like mistreated as who he was when he was born, but then when he first started flying in the animated movie, everybody, cheered him on. So now we got this new version with director Tim Burton, and I'm a big fan of his work. I love any movie he does. And, he's got Danny DeVito coming back, working with him again. He also has Colin Farrell, Eva Green, and of course Michael Keaton. So this movie really takes some, elements from the original animated movie. So we got to see Dumbo, him with the circus. Danny DeVito, his character, he owns a little circus. They're a family. They do their things, and then he gets this beautiful elephants, from I think Asia, and ends up having a baby. Has Dumbo, and he needs help. His circus is starting to die out because then he ends up meeting Michael Keaton's character, who's more of a bigger circus, I believe, and he has the entire world paying attention to him. So now it's looking at little circuses. They're not paying attention. They're not making money anymore. So then he gets the idea with Dumbo as a star attraction, especially when he finds out he can fly. And basically the movie goes from there. So it does, take elements from the animated movie, and then it doesn't as well. There are some differences, obviously. Like, for instance, if you've seen the animated movie, and if you haven't, spoilers for that movie, because this movie doesn't have that much spoilers if you haven't seen this. So in the original animated movie, you had Dumbo teaming up with the little mouse that, just like a circus performer as well, like a ring, a big top, leader. So he dressed up like that, and then, he always helped Dumbo how to fly and all that. The mouse is not in this movie at all. The mouse is in the movie, but it's just a little mouse. It's not really anything big. He ends up bonding with Colin Farrell's kids, because Colin Farrell comes back from the war. He was like a horse rider, so he did tricks there, but he came back from the war with one arm, and his kids were still there. And the kids bond with Dumbo, and Dumbo's adorable, people. Come on, it's a little elephant. Yeah, it's adorable. So, and I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I thought this movie really worked in different levels. I felt that this movie was true to the original, but yet it added some elements that were very different, and I thought it was fun. Danny DeVito for me was my favorite part, because at first, when you first see him, you think he's evil. But then you watch him, it's like, no, he's pretty cool, desperate, but very cool. But a little bit of a cheapskate here and there, but, Danny DeVito's Danny DeVito, and he did a really good job with that. Then, of course, you meet, obviously, Colin Farrell. You sympathize with him and what he's going through with his family, especially with his two children. The kids are great, obviously. Of course, you meet Michael Keaton. His scenes were a little bit smaller than, I expected, but he was fine. Michael Keaton, always does a good job. Eva Green was great. She ended up being a character that I looked at as one person, and then she ended up being a completely different person. So, and then of course, but the star of the movie was Dumbo. He did a great job. Obviously, the animation for Dumbo was amazing, and especially when you watch him do his things like fly. Spoiler for the trailers if you haven't seen it. It's like, look at like you actually there. It makes you feel like you're actually there, and you watch him doing it for the first time. It's like, yeah, you're cheering Dumbo on to do this. It just makes you believe like, hey, listen, no matter if you're born different or born with a defect, you can still do things that you put your mind to it. And it's like looking at Dumbo. Dumbo may be born different, but he's still an elephant who can do anything an elephant can, and it's adorable. So I think that's a pretty cool little message. And I thought, Tim Burton did a really good job. His artistic style is very different from what any other director would have done, but I think he did a really good job with it. He had the dark tone. There are some moments here and there for little kids that might be a little, scary, but I still think this is a great family film. So give it a try. Go check out Dumbo, especially if you've seen the original and you love that animated one. They just took that story and just stretched it out a little bit more, and it worked. It worked. They could have made this movie just like a shot by shot of the original. It could have been over in 10 minutes, but they added an element where it's different, but yet it didn't feel like it was disrespecting what the animation did. And I thought it did a really a great job with that. So, and I applaud everybody in that movie who did a good job with it. So I enjoyed Dumbo very much. It's probably one of my third favorite adaptation now from Disney. So hopefully they can keep going. And let's see what happens with Aladdin and The Lion King and Maleficent, because Maleficent comes out this year also. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. If you guys seen the Dumbo movie, are you very interested in seeing it? Do you want to see it? Are you a fan of the cartoon? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it if you've seen it. And if you're not interested, then leave me a comment below why. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a good day.